chasing that multi-ball magic, the stories that it tells. From the classic wooden cabinets to the digital spells, every play's a new adventure, breaks you from your shells. Hanging out with Poe and Offgrid, yeah, the show's about to start. Talking pixels, flippers, and the tech that stole our heart. From the joystick to the headset, come on and play your part. Hanging out with Poe and Offgrid, a brand new world to start. Now we're strapping on the goggles, worlds are virtual and bright. Stepping into new dimensions, bathed in neon light. The future's here, it's crystal clear, and everything feels right. Connecting past and present.
Welcome to Hangin' Out. Let's do this.
The night.
All right. Hey, here we are. We made it.
Sunday night already.
Sunday night already. You heard it here, folks.
In case you didn't know.
In case you didn't know. Let's see. Polo. It says Polo's here first, but that might have been yesterday. I think Kelly said she checked and there was some stuff yesterday. And Kaos was here next. Crispy's here. Well, I'm just going to run through really quick everyone that's here, and then we'll say our official hellos. Megan, Pierre,
Yeah.
nice. Phil,
Hey, Phil.
Retro Bliss Gaming, good to see you, Phil. Everyone's saying hi to Phil. Savitor, good evening. Kelly's here.
Dancing the night away.
Derek's here. Doesn't have his normal hey, so I didn't know that was him. Michael's here. Retro Gamer 1977. Let's see who else is here. Mike's Gaming Gala.
Hey.
Nice. Flight Quest 40 hanging out.
Nice.
I think that if I missed anyone in the chat, sorry. But I think that's everyone saying their initial hellos and stuff like that. So how you doing up there, Poe? How's things in Pittsburgh?
It's a little sunny here today. A little warm, not hot, so kind of perfect actually. Yesterday it was a little rainy and crappy out, but just messing around, as you know, with OBS and a lot of that kind of stuff when I got the chance this weekend and things weren't working out so great for me there. I was at least able to record some videos again anyway. I'm not so sure with the streaming stuff on there. So.
Yeah, it can be finicky, that's for sure. Yeah, we were nice most of the day, but then I noticed I came out here about an hour before showtime, turned on the air conditioner, got it down to 84 in here. We got to 90 today outside.
Oh.
But then weather was rolling in, so I have to check what tomorrow's weather is going to be like because the batteries will take a hit tonight. Running air conditioners in the house and out here in the computer, but it's that time of year already. I think I told you I got my first rattlesnake the other day.
Yeah.
Doing a little side project using up some pallets, and the bottom pallet of the stack looked really nice. Looked like a nice pallet. And I lifted it up. And I'm like, whoa, shit. But he was a little groggy. He wasn't super aggressive, and I just got my grabber stick and poked on him a little bit, and he just took off. So I left him go. But first one of the year, so it's beginning. But yeah, now you guys, you're fixing to get some storms in the next couple days, I think, aren't you?
Yeah, I haven't even looked ahead.
Yeah.
Usually I'm looking, a little bit, and this weekend here is just it's been a blur with things going on and everything. So
Yeah. Well, we have the Weather Channel on a lot at work, so I tend to catch up on weather across the country, and I just saw big storms, tornado warnings, and all that stuff going on all over the Midwest, and it looks like it's headed your way maybe in a couple days. But I don't know. Hopefully it runs out of steam and it's not too
Right.
bad when it gets up there. But we got lucky. Most of that heavy stuff started east of us, but it's going all the way up in there. I don't know if Megan and Phil, if they've got any of the weather, because it looked like it was going into Ohio. But yeah, did I acknowledge Megan when I was going through? I saw that she was there, but okay. I'm having one of those panic moments. Oh my gosh, did I miss her? But and I see Crypto Coffee is here. Good to see you. Let's see. Crypto was supposed to get a massive storm last night, and it avoided you. That's good. Right. That's good. Yeah. I was out here a few times late last night. And it was raining pretty hard, and then it would stop. Rain hard and stop. So, but no lightning or anything like that. Yeah. And I was actually nervous before, like an hour before showtime when I came out here to turn on the air. It was windy. And I'm like, man, the trailer's going to be popping and rocking and all kinds of stuff. It's decent out here, but the breeze, I'll say breeze, it's not as bad as it had been. But that was a little chilly, so I wore this flannel. I was running late getting out here, but it's 78 inside here, and I'm wearing a flannel right now, so it might not be long till the sweating starts here. Right? Well, you got a cool shirt on underneath there. Oh, yeah. So. 80 shirt, look at Spectre Gadget, the pink panther there. Nice. Yeah. I got the 80s going on too. Nice. No sleep till Brooklyn. But still, this shirt holds the record. When I wear this to El Paso, I get more comments about this shirt. Just random people will be walking by, Beastie Boys. But yeah. Let's see. Bliss said earlier in the week we had some storms and rain, but the last few days have been awesome. Nice. Megan said sunny there for now. Yeah. So, I think we're supposed to be partly cloudy and stuff the rest of the week, but it's supposed to be around 90 the next 2 or 3 days and then just drop back down. Speaking of weather, you know who's always hot? Your mom. Nice. Crypto Coffee getting in the first jab. And it's good. Do that while Mike's gone. You should have said Mike's mom. It's good to take advantage when Mike's eating dinner. Because now we don't know whose mom he's having for dinner, but we haven't seen Phil's mom in a minute. But Phil started it all. He's always fair game. So yeah. So what else has been going on? Poe with the great hats, even though he's a cheater. Oh, Derek, because you're beating him on that robot table with your devil. Yeah, I played downstairs first on the micro, and then I went upstairs and played on the Switch, and played better on the Switch than I did down there. But I'm having fun with that. All those tables again, and they have that big sale going on there for 27 of the retro tables for $1.99 on the Switch. So I thought that's a great price. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Kaos says he's a 24-hour storm because everywhere he goes, he gets chicks wet. Nice. And feels proud of Crypto for throwing out the... And Derek saying, hey, yeah, it's now I lost track of what we're saying. Yeah, the pinball. You know, the big news on the pinball side right now is Zen announced they broke ties with At Games. So a lot of people that got the At Games 4K just because they wanted Zen tables, which means they wanted Williams tables. And so I get it to a degree, but you can still do the on-the-go stuff, but if they don't have a PC to run, because you can get all those tables on VPX, you can run FX through the on-the-go. We could do it on ours if we got the Vibs board,
Right.
or just play single screen. You can do it that way and just put the single screen and still use the controller. But there's a lot of people that were saying a lot of bad stuff about games, and I couldn't help myself. I had to post on a couple of the Reddit threads and say, hey, they both have their pluses and minuses. It's not like, it was mostly people blasting games, saying, yeah, games is just a piece of shit, and they're not going to be worth anything. The only reason to get it would be for the Zen tables. And I'm like, they got a good deal with Zaccaria. Zaccaria's come a long way. They got a ton of tables, Zaccaria. And I like those Game originals that I've been playing. I'm having a blast with those tables. That Firefighter one, the Police one, the Ninja Turtles. They're all really good tables, and Natural History. And I just finally said, they both have pluses and minuses. The one guy's, what did he say? He was like saying Games has nothing going for it. I said, opposed to Zen, who keeps doing upgrades and charging us for the same tables, pretty much abandoned Pinball M for over a year. And what was it? Oh, they still don't let Switch players play in tournaments with all the rest. And then I put my qualifiers. But I like both companies. I like their products. I buy their products. I'm just not a fanboy that has to pick sides.
Yeah.
And that's what bothers me, when people have to pick sides and say, no, that one sucks, and this one. It's like, they have pluses and minuses. And I've had good luck with my Games product. I know Derek had problems with his 4K, but I've never had problems with Games. So let's see. Crypto added a bunch of MAME games to the Game Station Go with the community firmware. Shame it can't be used on the HDMI.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's see.
Yeah, that's one of my big things with it too. Some of the ColecoVision stuff can't be used, to get it with a capture card.
Oh, Crypto found someone in the Games Facebook fan to use his table code, so it didn't. Nice. Yeah, I meant to get back with you, but I got busy. Sorry, but I'm glad you found someone. I'm glad you found. Yeah, there's been people saying bad stuff about Games since the birth of Games.
Yeah.
Just cleaned up one of my pinball machines, Bally's Wheels of Time. Pulling my Williams machine out, Lucky 7. Nice. Hopefully, Crispy says hopefully they'll have a fix for that HDMI.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Let's see. Pre-cell phone and computer games for you young ones. That's right. Crypto says, for the price on most of the Games products, you get a fair value. In his opinion, I have a lot of Games stuff. It's the high. Is it the highest quality? Perhaps not, but some of their products have really scratched the retro itch.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And like I said, and that micro, for anyone that didn't get it, it dropped again, another $5. So it's $240, basically $245 now, $244.95 or something like that. Free shipping. I didn't get charged tax. I don't think you did either, did you, Poe?
No.
Yeah, so I don't know where they're based out of, because I don't know a single person that had to pay tax for that thing. Where they're shipping it from, that you might
I'm trying to remember. It might have been Florida that it shipped from, but I can't remember.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it was Georgia. Wasn't it Georgia?
Yeah. I think it was Georgia.
Yeah, it was in Georgia. So maybe Georgia people would have to pay tax, but I don't know of a single person that had to pay tax. And that's a great machine for that price. And I talked to Jabba when it dropped that extra $5. I said, has it dropped over there? And he said, no, it still works out to $630 US. It's 470 something pounds or something like that over there. So it's like,
yeah, it's very convenient. I have it in the basement. I'm not down in the basement all that often anymore, the game room. But if I'm passing through to do something, I'll turn it on. Go do what I was doing down there, and then come over and play a quick game.
Yeah.
So I really like that.
I sent another link to my son, Jason, when it dropped that extra $5. And he said, I'm starting to think you're getting a commission or something. Because I said, no, it's just a great price. It's normally $600. If you don't want to buy one, that's fine. I just hate for you to miss it if you were thinking about it. And I said it would be nice, though, because quite a few people bought those things, once it was featured. But that should have went to Jabba. He was the one that told us our show with Greg, I think. But let's see. Kaos says, let's just imagine all of a sudden a bunch of sponsors come up to you and they're like, well, we really want to tell you how great our stuff, and we'll give it to you free and pay you. I wouldn't be able to do that. Unless it was a really great product that I loved, and then it'd be easy. Like if Atari contacted me and said, hey, we'll pay you to do Sprint content, I'll be like, okay. But if some company said, we'll pay you to do advertising and videos for our product and it's a piece of shit, I would not do it. Because, you do.
Yeah, I've seen those offers on like Amazon and stuff for different things, like headphones and stuff like that. If you give us a great rating on Amazon, we'll send you another set for free, stuff like that. It's like, wow, that's a bunch of crap.
Yeah, and I think I had lost all my connections to the folks over at Zaccaria, and because when I said about that pack that they wanted me to make a video but didn't give me the pack, and so I didn't make a video at all. He hasn't contacted me since, so I think I pissed him off. Maybe he watched our show, but I don't care. I stand by that too. It's one thing if I made. Anyone that's followed my channel, I've made a shit ton of videos for RTXPinball, and every new table pack I put out videos. All the new individual tables I put out videos. I got in that beta testing and all that. But when they ask me, "Hey, can you make a video for this?" and the least they could do is be like, "We'll give you the code so you can test it and all that and make a video for us." But whatever. I didn't buy that pack, but I did a video on the next pack they released.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't, he hasn't contacted me. So,
well, it was great because I was always discovering their stuff through you. So, and now that I'm back into it, I'm trying to get the packs that I need for the Switch and on my micro.
Yeah, Derek says, and as far as the Ad Games Pinball, those exclusive tables are unique enough to get them at least for your ALP. Yeah, I'm liking those. I'm going to end up getting them all in the Gottlieb tables too, because and some of those, I know people complain about the $30 for a pinball pack, but those Gottlieb packs have 6 tables to it, so that's $5 a table again. That's no difference than paying $15 for 3 tables from Zen. But I know a lot of people think that they don't like the physics on it compared to Zen's physics, but I think they're all digital pinball. They're not. None of them are exact physics.
All right.
Let's see. Crypto says he also can't use the arcade ROMs for some reason on the community firmware. They worked before he installed it, zipped and in the folder named arcade. Tried a few other ROM sites, none work.
That's one of the reasons I've held off for so long. I've been watching them with this community build, and for a while there, it was like every couple of days they had another update, and they were doing more and more. And I thought, well, I'm going to wait. Hopefully, they get everything down with the thing, and then I'll do it.
Yeah. Let's see. Crypto says he loved the At Games Legends Ultimate Arcade Stick with coin ops. Have an SNK Pro Stick with high-low hack on it. Also nice. Yeah, I have that At Games Legends Gamer Pro, and that's where I had my experience with the tech support, because the trackball didn't work when I got it. They sent me a new trackball. It still didn't work. They sent me the motherboard to run it. Said it's probably on the board. They sent me that stuff out, and relatively quickly for each one. Email responses within 24 hours and parts to me within like a week to 10 days. So it went well for me. Crispy saying, yeah, they'll get it working. Let's see. Can't get ColecoVision to work. Swear I'm doing all the things I'm told to do. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't tried that either since I didn't do the update. I did know people said you couldn't use the HDMI out for ColecoVision, that community build, so I wouldn't be able to capture it unless I'm actually filming the handheld itself.
Yeah, Crypto says he's the same thing. No luck with ColecoVision games. Don't know what to put where for the BIOS files. Yeah.
That's one I might just skip. I mean, it'd be cool to have Coleco on the go, but I have all the games on the Phoenix on SD card now, so when I do gameplay for my channel, I just use the Phoenix for that.
Yeah. Let's see. Usually has mine working through RetroBat. Batisera, pretty sure it's using Retro Arch Core for Coleco, says Derek. Yeah. They're having a big old conversation about that. Over my head with a lot of this stuff. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, they're talking about putting that BIOS and stuff on there. Anyway, yeah, but I do like. It is nice that getting that mini and now, or the micro, and now we're doing some extra tournaments that are just side tournament stuff. Speaking of side tournaments, there's still lots of room to get into the big squeeze box.
Right. We just had who was it? Somebody just jumped ahead. Was it Crispy? Jumped ahead of Creep?
Oh, did he? I didn't see the newest stuff on there. Yeah, Creeper had a pretty good game. He said that was the first time he had played it that he can, or at least in a long time. But oh, that's right. I think Crispy did beat him. I think I saw that. I didn't update the spreadsheet though. But I got to get on that. But it's a fun little game, actually.
I like it.
It's hard with
I'd
that.
love to go back and compete again, but it's the one and done. So
right. Yeah, it's hard for us to break the one and done. Oh, I'm stepping on something. I had to put a dang. I'm back to doing flight sim, so I plugged in all my flight gear. This camera's now sitting on top of the yoke. There you can see a little bit if I turn it. But I can't leave the yoke plugged in and play Pinball FX. If I fire up Pinball FX on this thing, it pushes the mouse to the top left corner if the flight yoke is plugged in. And I thought it was the rudder pedals, so I put something on there to try to hold the rudder pedals steady. Not that they move around on their own. And I forgot I put on there. I just stepped on it. Because a lot of times when we're doing the show, I'm working the rudder pedals, and I call that a work. It's like one of those elliptical machines or something, but I'm just doing this.
Yeah, they have the little ones for the elderly people that it's the pedals that you put in front of your recliner.
Right. Yeah, and I'm getting there. I'm pretty sure somehow I'm catching Phil and Greg because I feel older every day. Yeah. I'll salt your mom's cracker. Nice. Yeah, crispy, salty crackers. Oh, yeah, that could get there. It would be awesome to have an interactive VR flight simulator, Neuralink video game where if you die in the video game, you die in real life.
I don't know.
That might be a hard sell. I do okay in the flight simulator, but not enough to bet my life on it. Yeah, that's interesting. I wish there was an easier way to do VR flight simming because it's hard to get it. You got to have a pretty beefy computer, and which I don't.
Yeah.
Bliss heard me. I'm catching Phil and Greg, but Yeah. Anyway, but that's all on my other channel. We're on this channel, so we're talking retro stuff.
Retro stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Any other news or anything we know of that would be talked about?
We may be having the creep himself on here one of these weeks. Well, we will be, but I'm not sure what week. He had a recital for one of his girls tonight, so tonight was no good. But
Okay.
we can have some talk with him. He's been doing great at our challenges and stuff. So.
It would only hurt his feelings if he valued my opinion. So he's safe. Hey, there's Polo.
Hey.
Yeah, so we'll have Creeper on, and still got to get with Megan because she had expressed interest in being on. So, yeah.
And maybe Willie from Arcade USA. Depends on what his Sundays look like. I've been talking to him lately about a different show. I won't put anything else out there. So, maybe I'll ask him to. He's great with all the old systems. In fact, he's been part of podcasts for pretty much all of the old systems back in the day. So he's been doing this stuff for years, and he's just a really cool dude. So.
Nice. Well, here's something. I know it's been talked about on other channels and stuff. Y'all on the Neo Geo bandwagon or no?
I'm not really. I looked at it just to see what it would be all together. I think for the white one and shipping and everything to here. And when I went to put it in, it said they're not shipping to Pennsylvania, my location, but they're shipping to Ohio. And then I've seen other people say that in different states. They're not shipping to this state, but they're shipping to that state. So I can't even put it in to see what it would cost. I'd have to have it delivered to Bliss or somebody and drive to Ohio to pick it up.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I was going to order one and just have the bill delivered to Bliss. But I didn't know if that would work. I am not on the bandwagon for it. It's not really a deal. I think you mentioned before, Poe, that everything that, all that stuff you can get on the arcade and play most of that stuff on that. I'm not super familiar with it, but is everything that you play on there, is that stuff is it arcade port stuff? Is that?
That stuff was made for the arcades and at home back then. And the AES was the home version of it. It was so expensive. You really couldn't find anybody that could really afford it. You were actually playing the games that were in the arcade. You were playing at home, Neo Geo at that time. So that was crazy for the time, and still crazy to try to collect for it. Like, you could buy a Neo Geo for probably a fair price now, but the games you can't. I mean, the cartridges were like this big that went into them, and they're just keep going up higher and higher in price as time goes on.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, and it's tough. It's tough for me. Anything that I have another way to, man, we double dip and triple dip on so many other things, and that's just not one that I would be interested, especially not at the price point that I'm hearing. I don't have the nostalgia for it.
Right.
The Sprint was easy for me because it's Intellivision, and that's my nostalgia part.
Right.
But everything. Yeah. Let's see. Let me go back up.
Collectors to be able to get some of these games
Right.
at these prices that they're reissuing, and controllers and stuff like that. For sure. I'm happy for the collectors that are.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not throwing shade towards the thing. It's just not my. Phil says he'd love to have the Neo Geo, but to be honest, I can play those games through emulation on HDMI already and can't justify the cost. Kaos is adding life to the party. Derek says he thought the price for the new Neo didn't sound too terrible.
No, I mean, if you're going to get the whole collection, what is it? Is it 2 arcade sticks, or maybe one of them's wireless? I don't know. And then all of the new games in a box set. That's where it's going to be $1,000.
Right. Crispy says, think it's super cool, but I'm out. It's high as hell, and I got a ton on the Switch.
Yeah, my thought on it would be, or was that, well, if I did get one, it'd be just so I could make videos. I'd play the thing, but I mean, a couple $100 for the system. Buying all the new games, I'd probably go with that multi-card. What was it, 651 and one or whatever, off of Valley Express, and hope that it works. But that's another couple $100 right there.
Yeah. Kaos is offering advice if anyone got their channel taken after like 4 or 5 years of hard work and needs some advice. Yeah, Kaos has gone through some stuff. We know that. Price is definitely reasonable compared to how much they were originally, but still won't pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Crypto says he thinks it's great to see a Neo Geo console and stick being offered in 2026. Looks great. I have so many ways to play it, just like many retro games. There's something about having a physical unit. There is that. And here's the continuation: a physical unit dedicated to playing them. Megan says the price is okay, but there are other systems I want that are a lot less. Definitely. And let's face it, unless you already own some of the old Neo Geo cartridges, that's a price tag I just don't care about. Yeah. Bliss agrees. Coin ops is the way, says Polo. Kaos is going balls to the wall with emulation. Yeah, there's tons of systems and libraries I never owned, never will, and there's games throughout the whole gamut wanted to play. But yeah, and that's the thing. Emulation makes it harder to justify, especially, like we said, if it's a system you don't have the nostalgia for.
Okay.
It's hard to justify.
And these Metal Slugs and stuff we can get and play on the iArcade. To me, there's really no better way to play those kind of games. But I mean, those have also been out and on every system for how many years now, too. So you can get them from someplace.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's ones I never even heard of. So emulation is like a retro gamer that's poor like me. It's what dream they have. That is true.
Yep.
If you don't have a lot of money to burn, that's emulation's the way to go too. Like to have one, but I'm kind of busy with what I got now, says Michael. Should be getting my power supply soon from Hugo tomorrow, and we'll fire up my ColecoVision I just got and see if it works. Good luck. Good luck, Michael. We're all pulling for you. Phil says, I personally even use multi-carts on the consoles that I own, simply because I'm being priced out of collecting. Yeah. See, that's what I got to get. I got to get that multi-cart. What's that?
Yeah, and if you want
the
multi-cart plus, if you want every game, like the 125 for the Sprint, that's the way to go. Get them. Get the original library game. There you go.
Yeah,
it's here.
I need to get one of those. Are they selling them over here? What? Because they had that thing where they were not selling them, right?
They were supposed to be selling them through Retro Game Boys, last I heard, but I hadn't looked for any updates.
Yeah, because I need to get one of those so I could play that on that 7800 plus, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You just have to put, what is it? So many games per folder you have to do. So I haven't got mine totally set up yet. I put a bunch. You can't just throw them all into the root and go. So.
Yeah. So I've been meaning to get one of those, but like I said, like we were saying, I didn't think it was available in the States yet. It was, and then it wasn't, right? You got it when it was.
Yeah, I got it from over there, and then they said that they were going to be selling them through Retro Game Boys over here. I think that was supposed to happen in April, maybe it's May. So that he might have some over there on his site.
I'll have to do some looking. Yeah. Let's see. Kaos says he's more excited about finally getting a chance to play games that he has always wanted. There is that too, yeah. Derek says, if you want to go emulation, Poe, I got a lot more than 512. Let's see. Yeah. Say what you want about emulation, but one thing you can't say is you don't get your money worth. Yeah. Crispy says he'll be there for the ColecoVids, Michael. Let's see. Man, I'm. Uh-oh, Mike's back. Burritos were good. He's back and a little more farty. Yeah. Y'all ready for tomorrow night Astro Smashers? Oh, I am so ready. I'm going to be the foundation. I'll be living in the basement. I have zero pressure. I was starting to think there could be a battle for second place, but then I saw Crispy's score in his practice run, and I said, okay, maybe me and Poe can battle for third.
I mean, if I can get everything working, I'll be there playing. But if it's all laggy and stuff, I'm not even going to attempt to mess up the whole deal for everybody else. So.
Yeah, I don't think it'd mess anything up. But yeah, Crispy says burritos sound good as heck. Mike saying hey to people. Yeah, and take two. Equation. Why am I such a fan of emulation? It's because of my financial situation. That's sounding rhymey there. Makes it an easy equation. He's throwing down the bars. Yeah, emulation is convenient, and if you have a great PC or decent device for it and the controllers you want to use, nothing wrong with that. You guys all practicing? Lame.
Who practices?
Well, if you call, I did one game practicing just to make sure that the ROM and everything was working, and I did set up a 10-minute just to see what I would do, and it was bad.
I downloaded the ROM. I should have made fancy artwork for it and everything too, but I didn't.
Yeah. Now I'm not sure. There's the Casey said I can't even talk. I got a ROM pack, and I think I got off Atari Age, and it had a bunch of different ones. And there's that competition one is in the menu. You like open it up, and there's a menu, and like choose two, and that's the comp. Is that how yours is, or is it standalone?
Yeah, there was a bunch of different stuff because I think he had, was it version? I don't know if it said 3DS or on there or what. DS or I don't know. There was a bunch of different things that he sent me. So.
Yeah, because Casey sent me a bunch of stuff too, but I think I already had the one that I had found. He sent his after, and I played one 10-minute session just to see how bad it would be, and it was about where I expected. Not good, but that is probably, I don't know, the fourth or fifth time in my life I played Astro Smash. So I never played it. Yeah, when I had my Intellivision as a kid, that was not one of the games I got, and I've never played it. So I'm kind of a newbie at it, and especially up until I played it that time. I don't think I've played it for 20 years, 30 years or something. So, and I don't even remember if a friend had it or something, and we did a game swap one time, and I played it a few times back then. I don't know. I know I had played it before I got the Sprint, but I don't remember what the circumstances were around. I know I never bought it. So, yeah. About time he showed up, says Kaos. He was here and then he left. Yeah. Yeah, Mike thought you were pulling away. Cy and Pierre turned on the jets. Yeah. Cy was very consistent. Cyrus was very consistent at the end. And Mike had a little run of bad death. And he's like, son of a. And then I was trying too hard to catch up. But that's all right. It's all for fun. Hey, GB Dreams is here. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Yeah. Kaos is going to try to sneak up into Canada without bringing some 420 with him. Mike died like 4 times in a row at the end and lost the rhythm. Yeah, your mom hates it when I lose the rhythm too. Yeah, looking forward to streaming ColecoVision. Hopefully it just works. We'll see. We're looking forward to seeing it, Michael. We're looking forward to
a lot of fun games on there. I joined their club this year. Didn't join Collectivision's club yet. I joined Offgrid's club for this year. That's just because he's going to have a new physical version of Intellivision Popeye in that batch. So I got to have that. So.
Nice. Excellent. Yeah. And I missed most of Mike's show once again. Just, I can do nothing for 4 hours. And then as soon as Mike goes live, I have stuff I need to do at work. And then my boss showed up and he was actually hanging out there. So I had to pretend like I was doing something.
I'm always heading to the store either while he's on or at some point, usually during the street.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
I was like the old guys in the old days that would carry the transistor radio in their pocket. I had him going while I was in the store as long as I had a signal. I could hear him talking.
Yeah, I'll sit over at one of the tables in the dining area at the Avid, and then there's no carpet or anything in the lobby area, so things echo in there kind of, and sounds travel. So I can turn it on over there at a comfortable level, and if I go sit at the computer and leave my phone over there, I can still hear it. I just can't. I can't hear everything as clearly as I would like sometimes, and I can't watch.
Right.
Let's see. Clear Black 3377 is here. Have you heard the rumors about a Goonies pinball machine coming? I have heard rumors. I haven't heard much about it, but I should say I've seen rumors because I've seen some headlines, but I haven't read anything more in depth. But I did hear that there's rumors of a Goonies pinball machine on the way. But Michael says, okay, oh, cool, new Popeye on ColecoVision? When?
Well, it's through Opco's annual club for this year, so it should be at the end of the year. That's the only way to get it, is through their club. They're not going to sell it separately. So that is, let's see, what were the three games? Jungle King, Popeye, and what's the third one? I'm trying to remember. There's a third cartridge that's involved in it. So, and then, there's other things in the club that you get. They send you. So, but yeah, they're saying the end of 2026 should ship.
Yeah, nice. Also a Halo pinball by Chicago Gaming. I had not heard that one. No, I think the Goonies table is going to be a real physical table. I think I can't remember who. I can't remember who I saw, but I think they're talking about a physical pinball machine coming out.
I saw through Marketplace this weekend. There's somebody right in Pittsburgh selling the Alice in Wonderland table that you and Greg had talked about you were going to buy. Mm-hmm. Someone selling that. And then another one that said local or nearby was the Atari Hercules table, the world's biggest table. And I'm like, oh, wow. Yeah, and it's right inside Ohio. When I looked, I'm like, I played that one at Pastimes Arcade. It is the one from Pastimes Arcade that's being sold. The guy's selling it. I think it was around $5,000 something, $6,000. Like, just get a big U-Haul over there.
Yeah.
Bring it home and sneak it in and see if the wife notices in the house.
Yeah. Yeah. What's funny is if you take a picture of you playing that Hercules table, it's the same as if I take a picture of Kelly playing the micro. Same proportions.
Yeah, and that's the same table we played out there last year. So it is somewhere in my video archives. My son and I play on that Hercules table. And I was telling Mike about it yesterday. I'm like, it's really cool. It would be a cool showpiece, but it's not a very fun table. I don't think I'd want a giant Hercules in my house just to sit there, unless you put a mattress on it and had a guest bed or something.
Right. Yeah, it's like the size. I've never seen one in person, so I'm a little jealous that you saw that one and got to play on it. So that's cool. Polo said, are we getting the new Pinball FX this week? Are you talking about the new Williams pack? Of course I'm going to get it when it comes out. But I'm really looking forward to Diner in that one, if that's what you're talking about. I don't know of anything else new Pinball FX, and I'm not sure if it's coming out this week or next. Is it coming out this week? I thought it was coming out next week. But yeah, whenever it comes out, I'll be buying it. Kaos says, I think my favorite era, no doubt, is 8-bit Atari 2600 until right around PlayStation 2, Nintendo 64 era. Yeah. Michael's going to sign up as soon as he gets the dough together. I'm guessing that's the opcode deal. Let's see. Definitely agree, Poe, says Mike. What was he agreeing to?
About the the pinball table being not very much fun to play.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Fun, yeah, cool to say you played it, but
yeah, it's more of a novelty thing. Yeah. Derek is looking forward to the new Williams FX table this week for sure, especially Diner. Is it this week? For some reason, I thought it was supposed to be on the 7th or 8th of May, but I could be out of whack with that. I don't know. And he says there's an even bigger machine called Mothership. Wow, never heard of that one. Wonder if the Goonies movie sequel will be any good. They've already finished the script. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. They've been working on different scripts. I've heard of different ones through the years. Were ever accepted or used.
Yeah, let's see. What games will be in the Williams pack? It'll be Diner and 2 other games I'd never played before. And I cannot think of the names of them right now. Oh, Derek says it's coming out the 30th. Okay. So that is this week. So I'll be talking about it with Greg on Thursday night, which is why we moved our show to Thursday night, because Zen releases their stuff on Thursday night, or on Thursdays. And I think
It was Weiner, Diner, and 69er. Those are the ones coming out.
that's what it is. That's what it is. Have you played Diner before, Poe?
I think I did. I played that table. I think I played that one last time.
Yeah, it's a fun little table. Fire and Comet. That's right. Yeah, I was going to say it's something to do with fire. Yeah, called Fire. I've never played those. I've never even seen them. But for me, it's going to be $15 to get Diner, and then I get the 2. It's like isn't that what they were saying with the triple action for Intellivision? It's biplanes and 2 other games.
Right.
Fire is a cool, unique game, and Comet is honestly kind of boring. There's not much there to do on it. Sometimes I like those, though. I'll be honest. Sometimes the simple, the super complex ones, like the new Godzilla table, and the Jaws table, they're fun. They're awesome. They got all these things, but I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So it's like, if I have a simple game that's like, yeah, you hit these drop targets, you hit this thing over here, get the spinner, I can play that. But let's see. Goonies 2 will be the beginning of a final trilogy. Fire is based on the Great Chicago Fire. Oh, wow. Yeah. And
So they're going to make the 3rd part of the Goonies trilogy when I'm 90.
I got to put this one up, or else Mike's going to say that I skipped it on purpose. I'm not going to read it, but I put it up there. If it was your mom, I would have read it, Poe. But since it was my mom. Because Goonies never say die, first of all. And yeah. When I was a kid, I'll put this one up. Oops. When I was a kid, I thought Goonies 2 for the NES was a sequel to the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people confused by that.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. So, what else? What else?
Oh,
Yeah,
we were talked about the other day, Ballistic Coffee Boy announced about everything that he put on YouTube being taken away, and for bullshit reasons that aren't real reasons. So yeah, that's a big topic right now. Mike's going to have him on next week.
Yeah,
and so hear more about it there. He's also on who was he on tonight? I can't remember his channel that was, but
yeah, the Atari. Shoot, yeah, because someone posted it in the Discord, but it didn't have the actual link, so I went and put the link to it. So it is in our Discord, and I think it was in the general channel. It's one of those Atari groups. They're going to be talking. Is he going to be on, or are they just talking about it?
I'm not sure about that. I subscribe to them, but I don't think I've watched anything for a little bit from them. So Ballistic did address a lot of it yesterday on his channel on Rumble. And if you're in any of the Facebook groups that he's in, he has that VCS group he talked about in there as well. So
I'll have to go check it out on Rumble. I have Rumble on the TV, but I almost never go over there. But
yeah, I made that account just to follow him over there. Hopefully he keeps things going over there. So.
Yeah, but he will Atari programmer, is that it? Yeah. Crypto Coffee. I think Crypto's who put it in the Discord.
Yep.
But yeah, and be sure to check out Mike's show with Brian on Tuesday night, 8:00 Eastern. They will be discussing all of that. If you have X-Tag Team YouTube on there and ask for a manual review of Ballistic Coffee Boy channel, it's our only shot. Let me put that up there. Yeah, because it sounds to me awful, bullshitish.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of work that he put in, he, at one point was working 2 day jobs, also going to school. And then, I mean, as soon as he got up, if there was any Atari news, he's making videos instantly. He put so much into that, bought a lot of stuff just based on the channel. And then all those videos, 1.8, what was videos that he had out, just what a loss to lose all of that stuff. And I know everybody says they want you to pack stuff up, but I really have no place to store my stuff and keep it. Not that anybody wants it in an archive anyway. So yeah, if something happened to my channel, all that great intro and outro stuff would be gone. Wouldn't have.
Mike Gaming Gala said that's next week's show. This week they're doing
next week.
Yeah, so it's the following week. My bad. Yeah, so it'll be
the 5th.
Yeah, you're quicker at that than I am.
I've been in their discussions about it. So.
Okay. Yeah, so on the 5th, make sure check it out this week too. With their Neo, it's a great show.
Yeah.
So, and there is a link in the description to all of my videos and all these live streams. Mike's Gaming Gala is in there, so you can watch it there. Or used to be on Retro Bliss's channel, but then that part ended, and now it's the what's it called?
Retro Replay, right?
Retro Replay, yes.
Retro Replay.
So, yeah. So be sure to catch that. But before that is Monday night, and hopefully Poe and I will both be on there playing some Intellivision.
Well, if I'm able to get it without a camera, maybe I'll just be on there and all you'll just see is my screen.
Yeah.
If that works out that way, then I'll just do it that way. I know you all miss this beautiful face. Unless Casey has me in as 2 guests, I can do one on my phone and one on the laptop.
Yeah. Right, you could do that. You could log in to 2 separate things and be on. Yeah,
it would probably take me to the end of his show to figure all that out. So.
Right. Yeah, and we can talk about some stuff after the show about OBS, but yeah, it should be fun though. I like I said, I plan on being in the basement on that one. So there is zero pressure for me in little competition.
Casey just sent me the link to StreamYard, so I just saw it pop up here whenever I'm talking to you. So
Nice. If he sent it to me, I don't know because I didn't bring my phone out here. I turn off my notification sounds while we're on the show, and then sometime on Wednesday I remember to turn it up because I'm like, man, I haven't gotten any messages, and I'm like, oh shoot, all my sounds are off. Let's see. Derek says, I'm not sure if that's Coffee Boy's YouTube tag. That takes me to a BB page with 1 subscriber. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, look, Casey heard himself be mentioned. So he jumped on. He's been listening while working.
nice.
And I keep trying to click on his third message, send it to both of you. Okay. For a large sum of money, he can forget to send it to DJC. I don't know. I'm telling you, Crispy might be up there giving him a run for his money, and I don't know. Poe might too. I don't know. I don't want to speak for Poe. I just know I'm going to play like shit because I've seen me play it. But yeah, Crispy threw up a pretty good score there on his little test run.
Yeah.
I think it was over the 30,000 mark, right? So that's right up there, 33 something, I think. I play 3 games, I could do that. I play too cautious. You know, I was joking around while Mike was playing with Cyrus and those guys and Pierre. And I was joking around that I'm nervous I'm going to run out of guys before the 10 minutes is up because I'm so bad at it. So when I did my little test run to make sure the ROM was working, I was just playing as safe as possible. So I think I let as many go past as I shot. You know, I got to a certain point when it's easy, I made all my points. And then when I got to the harder level, I'm like just letting them go. And yeah, because I know at the end it shows what your peak score was. It's higher than what my score was at the end because I was losing points by the time the 10-minute hit. Yeah, who can do it live is the question, says Casey. That's true. It is true. That's what I'm saying. Watch, I'll win because I have no pressure because I expect to lose. So I won't be spooked about looking bad live and feeling pressure. Polo says, let's talk about your awesome robot score. Yes, that was a crazy game. Like normal, I did my video for that robot pinball and I scored, I forget what I scored. And then I turned it off, and before I edited the video, but I left the machine running. And then before I shut it off, I said, I'll play one more. 25 minutes later, I finished that game. It was a pretty crazy game. You know, we say a lot of times in pinball tournaments, one ball, sometimes that makes the whole game.
Yeah.
That's why I had a good score. I had 2. My first ball, I got 93 million. My second ball, I got 96 million. And then my third ball, I got 17 million. I came back to reality. But I'm just waiting. Jabba said he's not going to be able to play because he is in the middle of a move. And give him a little kudos. He also, him and his wife, they just got a foster child. So they are fostering a child. Good for them. And so his hands are full. So he's not going to get a play. So I only got to worry about Polo jumping in at the last minute and knocking me off, it looks like, unless one of you guys are going to try again. But my 200 million is holding. Casey says, my first ball gave me a great game last week. My first ball gave your mom a great game. Bomb. Let's see. Oh, did Pierre pop? Oh, here we go. Pierre says, I don't give the win to Chuck. Yeah, it does come down. You got to play the game, you know. But that's what they say with NFL any given Sunday. That's why they play the games, because you never know. I might be that 2-15 team that beats the 17-0 team and knocks them out of contention. Let's see. Megan saying hi to Casey. I played this week's already, if you call that a score. That wasn't bad, Casey. That wasn't bad. I call anything a score. I've played worse, that's for sure. You don't want me to play in the tournaments. Yes, we do. We want everyone to play in the tournaments. What's kind of funny to me is Greg and I threw these @games /Zaccaria tournaments as a side tournament. We focus on the Pinball FX tournaments and the Pinball M tournaments, but we're getting more players in these side tournaments than we get in the main tournament.
Because even though I do play eventually on the Switch lately, I still start out playing on that table. It's a lot of fun playing on the table.
Yeah. Casey says, I'm not that much younger than Yeah, that's why it works out so well. Yeah, I know. I did the math. Mike's gaming gala is closer in age to my oldest son than he is to me, by quite a bit. It's not just a year or two. But yeah, Casey's mom's in her 60s. Yeah. Yeah, your mom was a teen. She could have been. I was 18 when Travis was born. I turned 19 the month later. Jeez, oh man. Here comes, just setting them up. Mike's getting ready to spike because Casey sets them. Mike's going to spike it. Casey's mom is 69.
69.
Yeah. Oh, geez. And Clear says, my last score on FX was a 15 billion point game on Theater Imagine. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, we just do these tournaments for fun. So
yeah, we don't care. I'm used to getting blown out by everybody. So
yeah. We got, it was a little different when we would do the big 10-week tournaments because there was a gift card prize at the end and a trophy, and it did get frustrating if you had guys that were big time players and playing against the guys that were around our skill level, because people stop playing. They're like, what's the point in playing? We're just going to get destroyed. But when we're doing these weekly tournaments, there's nothing involved. So I don't care. I root for everybody. I am perfectly happy when I'm at the bottom of the leaderboards because that means everyone else had a better game than me. So
I like the bigger tournaments too, though, because I got all the participation points.
Right. You still make the playoffs just by playing all 10 weeks. Yeah. And we still had that one awesome one where those two guys were doing really good and they got to the final and the dude did his final game live.
Yeah.
Streamed it live, and that was awesome. He won it all. And then he moved on to bigger and brighter things because he said, I can whoop these guys any time I want. Let's see. Mike's mom, my mom's 80. Oh my God, 82. But I'm older than these guys too, so that's probably why. Let's see. Casey's mom was 18. That's how I was. I was 18 when Travis was born. He was born in February. My birthday's in March. I turned 19. Mine was, my ex-wife was on birth control for like 2 years. And, they say a lot of times that it takes a while to get out of the system. And she took her last birth control pill on our wedding day. And I went to boot camp 10 days later, and she got pregnant on the honeymoon. So we thought, go ahead, get off the pill and let her body recover while I'm going to be gone and all that stuff. And yeah, Travis happened. So it's not, I don't say Travis was an accident. It was earlier than we had planned, but we had planned on. All my friends in the Navy were like, "You have a kid already? You're only 19, 20 years old." And I said, "Yeah," but that was by my design. A lot of people want to do the whole live your life while you're young and go out and party and have all that stuff. And it's like, well, I got to cheat. I was in the Navy, so I go on deployment for 6 months. I wasn't on a ship, so I'd get to go to bars and stuff and do some of that party and stuff. But I said, no, you really start coming along, good with your money and all that stuff when you're in your 40s and 50s, and then my kids will be gone and I can enjoy that money myself. And I wanted to be young enough to where when I have grandkids, which I have a slew of those, if they want to go run around and play ball, I can go run around and play ball with them still.
Right.
I didn't want to be an old man, even though I feel like it and look like it to them. But so we planned on having kids young, but not quite that soon, but it worked out perfectly. So I certainly will not complain that we got Travis when we did. He was all those guys that would give me a hard time about, man, you're too young to be having a kid. When we would have parties at the house or man, they'd be carrying Travis around because none of them had kids, but they were like, hey, it reminds me of my nephew or whatever.
Right.
They're just having a blast. Travis was the hit of the party when he was like 2-3 years old. Those guys liked it. But, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I don't want it to be the End Clear Black Wins Again tournament series. Yeah. If it was an ongoing series, maybe, but like I said, but when we're doing these weekly things, I don't care. I tease about Polo. I'm trying to hold on to my score because Polo will knock me off or Jabba, but I don't care.
If you want to come in just to have some fun, if you want to play the table we're playing, or I should say Greg and Bart are playing. That's on their channels.
Well, the same with our tournaments that we're doing, our little challenges with the stuff. I think half of these things or more, I've been the very bottom score. But when I don't care that Creeper came in and threw down that demon attack score, and then he threw down a good score on this one too, and it's like, good for him. I don't care. I'm not, and I don't think anyone else does. I just root for everyone to have a good game and have fun. But yeah, it is fun. It is fun. Let's see. Let's see. One thing I keep very close is the fact we're all YouTubers. That's true. Let's see. My dad always said, have kids when you're young so that when they're old enough to be interesting, you're young enough to appreciate it. I was 25 when my oldest was born. Yeah. I was 18, and then when Jason was born, I was 23. No, I was 21, turning 22. Because he's born in December. Man, now I got to do the math. He was born in 91 in December. But it throws me off because I was born in the beginning of the year and he's born at the end of the year, where me and Travis are right next to each other. It's easy to remember. I was like 22, 23 when he was born.
I was 27. My daughter was born. First born. And she just turned 25 last month.
Yeah. See, now, Kelly had Shelby because Shelby is now 27. So she was born in 99. So, but I didn't meet Shelby till Shelby was 12. So my two came earlier. Kelly had hers a little bit later. Well, her oldest is right between my two. And then, so it's Travis, Philip is Kelly's oldest, then Jason, then Jacob and Shelby. Shelby's the baby, but she's 27 now. And I am on the verge of having a 40-year-old son. It's coming quickly. It is coming quickly. Travis doesn't like to be reminded of that, but yeah. Let's see. Casey was 40 when his daughter was born. I had a friend in high school. We were in high school. His dad was in his 80s. And he was a great guy, but there was no going playing ball with his dad. He was an old man by the time we were graduating high school. I mean, yeah. But yeah, he was a good guy. Guys, are the gals playing robot this week? I'm waiting for them to post scores. I don't know. I asked Kelly the other day. I had it on. I said, "Are you going to play?" And she didn't. So I think she said she was pissed off because Polo didn't play yet. So she said, "I'm not playing if Polo doesn't put a score up there." Yeah. Kelly's hit or miss with that stuff. She could play it on the Switch too, though. Yeah, Mike, only 5 years older than my son. Yeah. Yep. You're much closer to my son than my age. That's okay. That's okay. All right. Just dug out a path in my arcade. Gonna try to get to the Games Micro out so my girlfriend can play and post a score for sure. Yeah. Yeah, we want everybody to play.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And scores are all just for fun. I mean, look at Poe. He's throwing up devil numbers. Demon Attack was two contests ago, and now he throws up the 666.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that until you pointed it out. I'm like, oh yeah, oh crap.
Well, my problem is my immediate short-term memory stuff. When I'm taking those scores off of Discord and putting them into the spreadsheet, I have to bounce back and forth because I'll be like, okay, it was 74 million. So I just try to get all the data. Okay, 74, 173, 290, and I'll go 74, what's the other? 17. And then I looked at yours. I'm like, oh, well, I'll remember that one. 666, all zeros. Casey says Mike needs a micro he can play pinball on.
Casey, well, after you buy your third one, get one for Mike.
Yeah. Casey, did you buy another one? I know he saw that 245 and he was like, man, I'm feeling like I might need to get a second one. It is tempting at that price. You know, we are in the 2-for-1. Normal price is $600 on that thing. So it's better than a 2-for-1 deal. But, Derek. Derek thought Mike already had a micro. But see, Polo played one game of Robot on Steam, Zach, but didn't screenshot it. I didn't beat it. His past score was bum. Well, you don't want to only post it if you win. Otherwise, I'd never post. We'd shoot our Atari videos for the show, and I would black out my score because it's funny to me because Poe will pick up one of these games. And we'll say, let's try this game. And I'll say, all right. Poe will send me his video along with a note saying, yeah, I played like shit. And then we watch the video and Poe beats me, almost doubles my score. It's like,
yeah, but then as soon as we put it out there, we're both blown away. So
we're both near the bottom. What's the table again? You're talking about this week's, Casey? It's the Robot Deluxe. Yeah, Derek didn't get your joke, Casey, as you're realizing. Mike needs a micro he can play pinball on. That was hinting towards this. He already had a micro. Crispy could be in the same yearbook as my oldest. Yeah. But that's okay. Then I talked to Greg about kids' ages and stuff, and he makes me feel a little bit better because Greg's kids are older than my kids by quite a bit. Let's see. It's a tough choice for me deciding between an Evercade Alpha, my arcade Atari Mega Cab or an at-game pinball cabinet or even the upcoming Steam Deck machine? Well, the easy thing is get the At Games Pinball Micro because it's only $250, free shipping, no tax unless you're in Georgia, probably. And then you get one of the others too. This choosing between a bunch of things and only getting one, what's up with that? There's Mike's answer to his. Jeez. She must have big. That is the quote of the day right there. We'll put that up on the. I'm going to put that on my YouTube community notes, and people can figure out their own context. She must have big poop. What was Crispy talking about? what was the context?
Would it be bigger, or I don't know? Probably just flops out. It might be the same size as normal poop.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's funny. You never know what you might see in our chat. For example, what was Crispy talking about here? Yeah. All right. We talked a lot of pinball tonight. I'm going to tell Greg there's nothing to talk about Thursday because we talked about it all tonight. You know what keeps me young? Nailing those hot retro moms. I don't know that one. Remember that SNL skit? What's up? I don't know that one. You know it, Crypto. Are the frogs talking, Poe? Sounds like
yes, they are. Yes.
Yeah, if they come over here, the snake will eat them. Yeah, I think I saw that happen. Well, I didn't get to see it, but I think it happened when I was in Arkansas. There was a snake, and I was on the riverbank, and I was afraid it was one of those freaking, one of those water moccasins. And I'm like, oh, geez, those things are pretty aggressive. And then I saw a frog hop into the tall reeds, and the snake went in there, and I think he got the frog, and I ran like hell. I'm like, I don't know if he's still hungry. They bite pretty aggressively, those water moccasins. But I think he got that frog. Favorite top 3 cinematic gratuitous boob shots growing up as an innocent child. Well, one of the boob shots I was almost going to use as this week's thumbnail, because if anyone doesn't pay attention to our thumbnails, I just picked some random pop culture thing. Like this week's thumbnail was the number one song this week in 1980 was Blondie, Call Me. But I had first asked about the popular movies in, what year was it? I think it was 1985. And it was just one of the guys that had the full-on gratuitous show your tits at the end. But I couldn't, well, YouTube wouldn't let me do what I wanted to do because she's showing it to that dude, and it was after the dance or whatever, and he's in a tux. So I was going to put one of us wearing a tux and one of us flashing the boobs, but I'd have to blur out the boobs. But yeah, let's see. I thought I was getting loopy, Kelly, because he was here. Yeah, they hide under the rocks in the water, those water moccasins. And the other question's really hardest for a man to answer is, are you an ass man or a boob man? I both tickled and grossed myself out. Nice. One of the guys was my first thought.
My first two were Revenge of the Nerds.
Yep.
And Porky's.
Porky's. Yeah, those were good. And, you know, a lot of those 80 slasher horror films. That was good for seeing some boobs and bloods. You know, so if you can see someone's boobs and then see her take an axe to the face, you know. Matter of fact, we just watched a reaction channel lady that we watch fairly often, and she watched Friday the 13th, the final chapter, and at the end she's like, I think there were more boobs in that one than the previous versions. And we're like, and where's the problem? I'm waiting for the downside. Somebody needs to do that as a regular video, and I'm tuning in religiously and sharing. Casey's mom had to keep scolding him for tickling his sister's feet. She told him to wait until she was born. Oh. Airplane, that's a gratuitous scene. If you're talking just plain on gratuitous, the scene in Airplane when does anyone know how to fly a plane? Then the tits come across and pause and keep going. They warm you up with the quivering piece of jelly, and they show the Jello mold, and then they show the girl's tits bouncing around. But then the next one is just full on pause and then go. Those are fun to watch reactions too. I like watching reactors watch Airplane anyway, because see how many of the jokes they get, and how many younger people will watch it and they'll hear the "Don't call me Shirley," and they're like, this is where that's from. And it's like, yeah. But although that's my Mike is, Mike doesn't like it when we say the remotes and when we say on accident. My thing is, all of these reactors, they will say like that line, and don't call me Shirley, and they'll say, this, how do they say it? This is where that's from. But they say it backwards. They say, that's where this is from. It's like, no, it's this movie is where that saying is from. It's not, and it drives me nuts because they all say it. That's where this is from. But I guess they're saying that's where this sentence is from, that movie. But to me, I would say it the other way. Swimsuit scene, fast time at Ridgemont High. That's a good one too. Barbarians. Yeah, the sword and sorcery movies. That's some good stuff. Let's see. Kelly did not post a robot score yet. Yeah, all else fails. You can come in our chat and talk about boobs in cinema or people's moms. Yeah. I guess you could go with the home movies I shot with Mike's mom. That has a lot of booby shots. Yeah. Welcome to my world. Yeah, it's hard when once you get one of those things in your head, then that you think people are saying wrong and all that, or they just are saying wrong. You notice them every time, and you're like, "Don't do it! Don't!" Oh, really? Yeah. Chaos likes Fast Times. That was a good one.
Fast Times is good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's back when movies were good, when you never know when a set of boobs would pop on the screen. It could be the worst movie you ever saw, but then all of a sudden there's boobs on the screen. It's all good. Unless it's Sleepaway Camp, then it's a reversal. You get all the way to the end and it's a wiener shot. You're like, what happened here? I came here
What's
for
wrong
the
with
boob.
these people? Worst movie ever.
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. Were you pointing at the camera at the floor? That's hilarious. Yeah. Oh, I was trying to think of what that joke was. Yeah, you hear that joke where the lady went to the plastic surgeon, and he did a new procedure where he'd put a screw on the top of her head, and whenever she needed to tighten her face, she could crank it tighter. And then after a few months, she went in and she said, "Doc, I got some problems." He's like, "What's that?" She said, "Look at these bags under my eyes." He said, "Lady, those aren't bags, those are your tits. And if you crank that screw one more time, you're going to have a goatee." Yeah. There's a lot of shots of Mike's mom's boobs because they're tiny. Wow. We made Mrs. Crispy put the AirPods in. Clearly, you do not know my mother, Kaos. She's a big girl. I was waiting when as soon as Kaos said that she had tiny boobs, I was like, I'm pretty sure Mike has said before that she's fairly large. But yeah, that's funny. Wait, did you make Mrs. Crispy put the AirPods in so she's the only one hearing us? Or so she doesn't hear us? Because there's a big difference. Kelly would be upset if I told her she couldn't listen to this talk. That's why she watches the show, just to hear the mom jokes. Yeah. And then my mom calls, and I'll be talking on speakerphone, and then Kelly comes walking in the room, and she'll be like, "Hi, Mom. Guess what Mike's gaming gala said about you?" So, yeah, if you go to Phoenix, Mike, watch out. My mom's looking for you, and not for the reason you're hoping, or the reason you're going to say in a second.
That's what he's going to say in a second.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got anything else we want to cover? You got anything you're working on your channel, Poe?
Yeah, I will have a video out either tonight or tomorrow. It's done. Just needs uploaded. And then I do that whole description thing on YouTube. So that's usually what I get caught in sleep. So I've been trying to make them short and sweet, not like my intros lately. But Flynn's Arcade, they made one of our favorites there a few years back, Donut Dodo.
Oh.
And then they made that game Cash Cow. And so I've been hearing or seeing people talk about this game that came out, I think it was this month. Living Dead House. It's another one of those 8-bit arcade type games where you're running around and zombies are coming in the windows. You got to board up windows. And
nice.
Each round you got to get to daylight. And then when daylight comes, the sunlight will kill them. You go to the next round. And while I was looking at that one, I saw they also released a game back at Halloween, and that game is Silver Bullet, and it's like a 16-bit arcade shooter. You got to line up the crosshairs and shoot all the ghosts and witches and stuff like that. So I went ahead, grabbed both of them, like $5 or $6 for the Switch. So I made the video today, and putting that out. Yeah, lots of fun. Just like maybe not as fun as Donut Dodo. Man, that's the original, right? That one's awesome.
Yeah.
But they are a lot of fun, and you can't beat it for the price of those games. So
yeah, I gotta play me some. It's been a long time since I played Donut Dodo. I gotta play again. It's awesome. Yeah, I remember when it came out, put it on the iArcade, and it's like, man, this is awesome. This is really fun. Yeah, I wonder if they have any plans of putting those out that would be able to be played on the iArcade.
I didn't see anything about that. I mentioned it in my video. I'm like, man, I wish I could play these on the iArcade. Because I think all we got was Donut Dodo and Cash Cow for the iArcade.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. But it is cool to, it's kind of like getting the homebrew games for the consoles and stuff. But to get it to be able to play it on an arcade cabinet is pretty cool. Mad Farmer is made by the same creators as Donut Dodo.
I saw that one on there too, and I'd never seen that one before. I almost bought it, but I wanted Silver. So they have their list. I mean, a few years back, I'm looking to see if they had anything new, and I didn't see anything. And now all of a sudden, I'm seeing these games that I missed during the last few years. But I think these were the most recent two, I believe.
Nice. Yeah. Looking forward to
I think you might like it. Fire up your Switch and give it. Well, I think it's on Steam too. I think they're on Steam too. So whichever way.
Yeah, I'd probably be more inclined to get it on the Switch. If I can't get something on the iArcade, I don't play a lot of those types of games out here because it's just too much to fire everything up and get on Steam. And my laptop doesn't really run stuff very good. It does pretty good for editing videos compared to my old laptop, but it can't it can't handle any gaming really. So I pretty much only use this for the simulators. If I'm going to play arcade or pinball, it's all behind me. This stuff is flight and driving.
Yeah, if you check them out, Kelly would probably like them too. So yeah, if you do that on the Switch.
Yeah. Yeah, and I got to get that dang Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, I've been doing like a new game every weekend and not finishing any of them. So He-Man comes out in 2 days, I think.
Yeah, because I figure Kelly would like that Jay and Silent Bob thing, and it would be like all the other stuff. You know, it took me forever to get her to play Ninja Turtles with me, the old original Ninja Turtle arcade, and then she's mashing the quarter button to add credits while we're playing. She's like, adds a bunch to her, adds a bunch to mine, and so she wants to play all the way to the end. And yeah, which I have on my Simpsons machine. I did that soft mod so you can play the Ninja Turtles on there, 4-player. But I don't have any friends, so it's me and Kelly. But yeah, Derek got Jay and Silent Bob, and he's getting He-Man too.
Oh yeah, gotta get the He-Man. Anyway, I have the power. Okay.
Right.
I do that before I unplug this for the headset. I still got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
I did just have a tooth extracted, by the way, on this side Thursday. They put me out for it, so I got stitches in there still. It hasn't really hurt, but my gums kind of get like a weird itchy feeling or something like that. And that's what's going on right now.
Yeah, I'm nervous about one over here. And that's being very generous and kind of very downplaying. I say I'm nervous about one over here because about a quarter of it came out the other day.
Yeah, that's what happened here. And then, well, you guys know, about a month ago, I woke up one day and it was a little swelled. And then the next day I woke up and my whole face was hanging down off to the side. So they killed the infection. And I just now, I went to see my own dentist just Thursday, finally got him to get the surgery done. But I mean, how nice was that? They just put the little thing on, some little bit of gas, and they're talking to me. And then she said, I'm going to put the IV now in your hands. She said, once I put that through in about 7 seconds, you'll be out. And it was a little bit more than 7 seconds because I'm counting. But yeah, that wasn't too bad. Next thing I know, it was done.
Yeah.
Ready to get home.
Yeah, that's how I do the dentist all the time. Now I'll pay the extra money, and I like that whole, okay, we're going to count down from 10, and then I hear 5, 4, okay, we're done. That was the way to go.
And what was nice about this is since it is a surgery, they took both my dental insurance and my regular insurance together. So they were saying, this is what it is without any of your insurance. We'll get back to you what it's going to cost you. And I think it was $50 or $55. So I'm like, it can't beat that.
Yeah. I think the last time I had to have a tooth pulled, they put me under, and I think that was around $250. No insurance, no nothing. I get the VA medical, but I don't get eyes and I don't get teeth.
Oh, so yeah.
Everything that do with that, I have to pay for. And I still haven't gone back.
My dental is like, now that I got this done, you kind of hope that you don't have anything for the rest of the year until it kicks back in again, you know.
Yeah. So. And I think they want to give me a hearing aid for my left ear, which I will get that if I decide to do that. I would get that for free from the VA, but they still want me. They still want me to go for an MRI, and I still haven't done it.
Oh, so yeah.
I just don't see the point in an MRI because they said that there could be something in there that pushes on the nerve, and that's why this ear is worse than that ear. But they said if it is it's not a cancerous type of tumor that you get that does that, and it's so slow growing that it wouldn't cause problems until probably 50 years after I'm dead. I'm like, well, then why do we got to do the MRI? If it's not just to say it's there, who cares? You know,
right.
If it's not going to affect, they're not going to go in and take it out. It's just kind of yep, there's one there. Move on.
With something in your ear, you haven't been around con lately, have you?
I have not. Con.
Yeah, right after I saw that movie at a friend's house, and slept over there one night, and I think it was the next week. We're walking home from the bus stop, and I'm talking to my other buddies, and a beetle flew into my ear, and I couldn't get it out of there. I'm just and I'm thinking of that movie, you know. I go racing home. My dad just pulls out a Q-tip and he pulls it out, and there's this freaking beetle. But man, you could hear it like in there making noise and scratching around and crap. Freaked me out.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of is why he wants me to get the MRI is if there is a tumor or whatever growing there that's causing it, then that would exclude me saying that it was from flying in the Navy caused me to have ear, and then I wouldn't. And maybe by the reversal would be true too. It would be easier for him to write it off and say, yeah, it was all the noise you were exposed to in the Navy is what caused the hearing loss. So there could be a disability claim or something for it. But I'm not worried about that. I really went in because I got dang tinnitus and I just wanted that documented. But so that's why I'm like, why am I doing this MRI? It's not going to do any good for me, and I'm not looking to get, a claim for the hearing loss in that ear. It's not a tumor. I think I know what it is, but I don't know how I would prove it. You're not supposed to fly when you're sick, especially if you have a head cold, right? Because you can't clear your ears. That's bad news. And I had a flight where we flew up to Norfolk, Virginia from Jacksonville. And I felt a little stuffy, but it wasn't bad. I got one of those Vicks inhaler, looks like a lipstick tube. You could snort on that. Well, on our way back from Norfolk, it wouldn't clear. And I was just completely stuffed up. And as we started descending down into Jacksonville, I was in serious pain, especially on my left side. And I couldn't, plug your nose and blow, do the Valsalva thing and try to pop your ears, yawn, chew gum, all that. Nothing. There was nothing happening. And I was just about to the point where I was going to go up and tell the flight station, you're going to have to level off. My eardrum is about to explode. It hurts so bad. When all of a sudden, it must have been a little pinhole broke through of the mucus or whatever's in there. It sounded like when you take a balloon and pull the neck open, really loud for about 30 seconds, just, and I'm like, it's kind of like Tom Hanks in The Green Mile when he finally can pee. I must have just been looking like, oh my God, that feels so much better. And I think that's what damaged my ear on that side, because it was this ear. And I was like, kind of like, when you shave your head and then you bump it on anything, you're like, I swear it's bleeding. It's got to be bleeding. That's why I was like, God, there's got to be blood trickling out of my ear. It hurts so bad. And I didn't know if that squealing sound was the inside or if it was my eardrum itself broke and it's releasing pressure out. But it was super loud, really long squeal, but the pressure relief was amazing. And I'm like, okay. And then we made it. I should have never went on that flight, and I found out the hard way. But I don't know. How would I prove that, though, and say, yeah, this one time I was flying and this happened? And they'd be like,
I'm not sure. I have a buddy of mine that's going now to the VA filing a claim all these years after he got out of the Army because he has the ringing going on. And he's only doing it because his buddy did the same thing. So, and they said it was fairly simple for his buddy to do. So,
yeah, I just went in for that, and it's supposed to be a done deal if you flew on P3s at any point in your career. Tinnitus is an immediate because they know how loud it is, and you're exposed to. We do 12-hour flights, and my flight station is right next to the engine, so it's like, but it was loud, and so they don't question it. And I think if they do diagnose you with tinnitus and they can connect it, I think it's 10% disability.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going to get a ton of money or anything like that, but it does put you on the list that you have some stuff, and that does open you up for other benefits if you have any service connected disability.
And from what he said, as soon as you file it, if they know that you prove that you had it and everything's backdated to the day that you reported it or whatever too. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah. So they say before you go, like the day you make the appointment, even if you haven't gone to the doctor yet, file, get the pre-file and all that stuff going. Cause they'll backdate it to that day when you file. Yeah. So if it takes a year to go through, you'll get a year of back pay. And, I want to say it's like $150 or so a month for 10%. But yeah. And then I think 30% is the next big number, because then you get guaranteed. Like I only get VA healthcare because we're poor on paper. We don't make much money because we don't need to make much money. So, because I was only in 5 years, I don't qualify. I'm not retired, but because I'm poor, I don't make enough money. I qualify for healthcare. But if you get to 30%, I think you get it anyway. So there is that one little benefit. So, all right. Crypto says he must prepare to go on the Atari Network show with the 7800 Pro Gamer in 15 minutes. All right. Thanks for hanging out. Tofu's here. Good to see you, Tofu.
Tofu, Mom.
He says he sees where to go. Mike the Bike is here. My mom says hi. Mike says, weird, she must miss him. He was there a few hours ago. Nice. And I'm sure there was a bunch of chats while I was talking about that I missed. I don't know.
So once again, we started the show and I was feeling like kind of crappy, and now I'm finally starting to feel kind of decent, and we're already almost 2 hours in. Happens every week, it seems like.
Yeah, we're about at that hour 45.
It has to be eating that dinner before I come on here. Something's bringing me down, making me feel kind of.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're feeling better. You go ahead and just talk about whatever. I'll sit back and watch the show with you guys.
No, there's lots of stuff I want to play, and hopefully will be soon. And let Game Station go, like those guys are talking about. I really, really do want to do that update. But every time I think about it, they're adding something new or somebody's saying this doesn't work on it. So I've got to just kind of sit back and wait on that. Maybe at some point. But I think the biggest thing right now is that Uno card. I need to sit down and make the time to make the folders with each game. But whenever you go and do that library, like of 500 some Atari games, because you know me, it's like, I don't want that many games to go through. And then I really do. I want to have too many on there that I'll never play. So maybe I could keep the numbers smaller to the games I like and just add stuff as we go for challenges. That might be the better way to do this since there's no time for it. But I'm going to have to check Retro Game Boys for you because I want you to get one of these things too. I'm hoping it's available. Bliss Go. I don't know if anybody else out there has one yet, but it works great with the Plus.
Oh, Crispy says he's got to go do family time. All your moms are nice ladies who make good cookies and meatloaf and shit.
Hold on, let me say, because the whole time, every time I see his name, I think, what would old Poe say? Everybody go check out Crunchy. And his old lady, Mistress Crunchy. Great show.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right, take it easy, Crispy. Thanks for hanging out.
And I got to apologize to Derek and Megan because this week I totally missed their show when it was on. Usually I can try to slip in there when I'm on the floor, and I was off Thursday for my mouth. So Friday I was thinking it was Thursday all day. And by the time I remembered, they were already done. So I couldn't go on there and put any little jabs in there.
Yeah, yeah, it's all right. Derek talked a lot, so you didn't miss much.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, it was mostly Derek. So no, hello, Crunchy. Yeah, but yeah. So you were saying, sorry to interrupt, or were you done?
Yeah, I was just trying to go back through stuff we talked about earlier, things that I might have added then that I didn't. It's just not coming through.
Yeah, yeah. I always hate. I don't mind missing some of the chats over there, but when people go, I like to acknowledge and say bye. But yeah, but I want to get one of those Uno cards, so we got to look that up. We got to figure that out.
Yeah, see
because I need to get one of those because I can't buy a bunch of cartridges and stuff, but some of those homebrew games and stuff I'd like to play and just get them in ROM form.
Yeah, it makes it so nice to just have one card sitting in there. You know, if you want to play on hardware like that, just like original hardware, instead of on PC and emulator and stuff.
Yeah.
Flat card,
Yeah, because almost everything I play Atari, I'm playing on the Xbox controller because I'm using the Pi, which is fine. You know, I can play the games at least, but it would be nice to play them on that 7800 plus, some of that stuff. Hey, Casey got his wife and Robbie to play the table and enter a score. Excellent.
Nice.
Now Kelly has to play. Now Kelly has to play. Megan definitely had some choice words about some of the Transformer movies. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, Megan had a lot of interesting stuff to say too. I was just picking on Derek. But early on, they had a little mishap with their stream, and we've all been there. Matter of fact, early on our new stream on Thursday night with Greg, he did almost the same thing. They had a little issue with their main scene for their stuff, and Restream did a little change that I didn't notice on this one, but I did notice on Greg. They were putting it where, let me see, it was like this, where the chat would overlay. Oh. And so they took their chat window off, but they had someone come in and save the day and say typey and say, hey, right above the chat window, the farthest left button. So Derek's like, hang on, we got to try something. So yeah, that's my I still got to send them a bill for the the IT I did there, but yes. All right, Derek's girlfriend playing 2. Poe's mom looks like old Poe in a wig. To this day, old Poe kind of turns me on.
He got a dick just like Michelle.
It's like Michelle. Wife seems to enjoy it too. Nice. You know, and that's Casey, when I built this machine, it was like Poe last Thursday at the dentist. I was pulling teeth to try to get Kelly on this machine. And then she played a game of pinball, and then an hour later, she let me play again. I think the hardest part for Kelly with playing pinball or any of these games is getting up and actually doing it. Once she gets to the machine, then she has a lot of fun and she keeps playing. And same thing with, you know, some of those 2-player games we were doing and stuff like that. I'd tell her what we're going to play and she'd be like, I don't know, I'm going to be horrible at that. I'm not good at these games. And then she's hitting the add credit button. But let's see.
Change out time for me.
Okay. Kaos says, hopefully none of your mothers reenact the Accused movie on it. Ooh, yeah. That's hey, it's Jodie Foster. Might be bad taste, but I went for it. If it's good taste, that's when we worry about it being in our chat. Didn't she put her initials on Greg's scoreboard? Yes, Kelly had her initials on Greg's Stranger Things pinball machine physical table, not a digital recreation. On one of the side games, she had the highest score on there, and then Greg did an update that was not supposed to erase high scores, but somehow Kelly's got erased. Just Kelly's. But not the score on the Galaga machine, mind you. Although I'm worried about that Galaga score. Greg's been saying something about that Galaga. For those of you that don't know, Greg G. Parker, we went up to his house and had a great time, great visit, and he has a bar top Galaga machine, and the number one score on there happens to be the initials OGA. But I'm not saying it was me, but it might have been me. Yeah. Yep, that's a great table, says Kelly, and Chaos says Greg is such a hater. Yeah, I mean, it's bad enough to pick on a girl, but when the girl's only 3 feet tall, there's something wrong with that too. I mean, she set those records on his pinball table, and she has to reach up to hit the flipper buttons. She can't even see the table. This is how Kelly plays on a full size. You both left your DNA at Greg's. That's right, we did. We left initials on 2 of his machines. Greg has a pretty nice game room. We went down. It's in his upper basement level. He's got 2 physical pinball machines, 2 digital pinball machines. Now 3 because he has the micro on his bar. He has the Galaga little bar top. He has the At Games Legend, the stand-up arcade. What else did he have down there? Yeah, he's got a shit ton of stuff down there crammed in that room. Do that action again. What action was I doing? Kelly playing pinball? I don't know. He's going to clip that and put a big wiener coming over here. But yeah, no. And I think Greg is sincere, though, when he says he was very upset when he did that update and it took Kelly's score off of there.
Yeah.
Because he did feel bad about that. And it's a neat little reminder, that we were up there, and a reminder of our visit and stuff.
Right.
He doesn't think my score on his Gala. I think if I would have been in like the 4th place on their top 5, he'd have said, yeah, that's awesome to see your initials on my Galaga machine. But since it's the top one, I think.
I see, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
I'd be proud of
that. Stranger Things stuff so cool. Chaos says he's got the ding ding. He does. He has a ding ding table. I ordered another micro real-time tournaments with the family soon. Nice.
The Game Freak. I didn't see him come in. Did he just come in?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there he is. Juggling balls, add wiener. There you go. Oh, that's funny. So welcome aboard. Welcome to the show. We're at we're past the point where Poe had to take off his headset, which means his phone is in trouble.
Yeah, now I'm just listening over the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. I didn't think about that part. Hearing the stream. I was setting up for Casey's stream tomorrow night. I better pair something with that laptop so I can hear everything that's going on, I guess, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess it would come through the laptop speakers.
Yeah, they're pretty crappy. Well, they can't be any worse than this phone sitting here.
I mean, usually when Casey's talking, I turn the volume off anyway. So
I do have a very nice microphone in there for that, so at least you guys can hear me. That's all that counts, right?
Yeah. Casey said he checked to see if it was still on sale, and it was, so he felt obligated to buy it. Yeah, it's even cheaper than we bought the first one. So, that whole $5, that'll buy you a table. So there you go.
Right.
And there's been no word. I don't know if people didn't see our show Thursday night, but the Dinosaur Dynasty 3 was delayed. It was supposed to come out last Thursday, but it was delayed. So, or last Wednesday. No, Thursday. It was supposed to come out Thursday. I think At Games releases their stuff on Thursdays also. But I'm looking forward to that one. If it's, I don't want it to be delayed months, but if it's delayed a week or two and it makes it better, that's good. Because I'm looking forward to that table a lot. Do you have any of the natural history packs?
Not yet, no.
Yeah, I like.
No, back whenever we first got the thing, that's whenever I bought, what was it, Turtles, and I bought the police game, and I bought the Battletoads pack, and so some of those I still haven't got to play. That's the problem. All of this. But I love discovering them. Thanks to you guys for your challenges, the Zaccaria tables, and that's having me buy more of them on my Switch, so that when I'm not downstairs and I'm up in the living room by myself, I can just play with that Pro controller.
Right. Go ahead and keep talking. I'm opening up Discord. There's Mike sent me something. I'll see if it's postable.
I'm sure it's you juggling something.
It's gonna be. Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, I don't know. You said maybe at some point they're going to be supporting the Switch again, or coming out with stuff for the Switch. Oh no!
Yeah, I got the photo. You're in it too, Poe, but I'm putting it up here because
it should have been pinball fun. Pinball fun with Bart and Greg.
I don't get embarrassed by stuff like this, so. we knew
and
it was
there's
coming.
me, just like, what do you want from me?
You're looking like, oh, this is the shit I deal with every Sunday night.
A facial, I see. A facial.
Nice. Now I can't. How do I unshare? Oh, here we go. There it is. Get that crap over there. All right. That's good stuff. Now all we can hope is that somebody joined the stream right then. Let's see what this hanging out with Poe and Offgrid's all about.
Sure. Yeah, it'll be posted all over.
Oh,
really hanging out.
Yeah. Everyone's laughing. And I do have a quick little bit of news that's truck stim related. They put out the second gameplay video for Illinois, which usually means they're about a month away. When they put that, they'll put out 2 gameplay videos, and the first one's about 6 weeks out. The second one's about a month away. That posted today. So they're about a month away. We're hoping, those of us that are in the thing, we're hoping by the end of May, early June at the latest, we should have Illinois. And I'm hoping they do something special for the Route 66 stuff. Also, when they do updates, there could be stuff in other states where they'll put in road signs and stuff like that. But that should be coming up. And I posted that thing. I don't know if you saw it. I posted in the simulator thing. The Route 66 Society or something like that acknowledged American Truck Simulator.
That's cool.
As a company that promotes Route 66 or something, because they've been talking about it for a long time. And the head of SCS, he said for a long time one of his biggest goals with that game was to complete Route 66. So, yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, go ahead and read what Game Freak wrote there.
Yeah. Kind of bummed I found and bought Pitfall 2 at a reasonable price, but it doesn't run on the Pac-Man edition of the 2600 Plus. I have my original 2600 still, but I don't have an older TV to hook it up to. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, because when you get a cartridge like you want to. But I'm wondering. No, I don't think. I think that is one that's still not working on the Plus systems, right? Even with the other updates on Atari Age.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The latest update didn't do anything for that, but I do remember seeing something that there were a few games, a handful of games, couple games, I don't know, that still didn't work properly.
They were. I know the Uno Kart Plus, the same thing. The Pitfall 2 ROM, last I heard, wasn't working yet on the Uno Kart Plus, but they were working on that to get it here pretty soon. So
Kaos had a blast from the past there, Poe. I had to put it up because I figured you'd. Yeah, if you know, you know, right?
it's the one thing that you didn't want to see, and it happened. It was hilarious. We all cracked up, but at the same time,
Well, everyone but retro.
he was in one of those in shock. Oh, what do I do? Like, well, you take the penis off of your live stream. That's what you do.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking. Let's put the link to our stream right in the description. So anybody, not even just the people that are watching it, you know, anybody that's scrolling through could be like, what's this video about? Oh, I can join it. Yeah, it went about how we thought of Rambo. We still use that reference all the time, Chaos. Whenever there's something that's even semi-relevant in our chat with me and Poe and Mike and all that, there'll be a Rambo pokes his head in. Yeah. Order a converter. They're only a couple bucks, and you can put it on your modern television. Yeah, I guess you could do that, right? Convert from the outputs on the original Atari to plug into an HDMI or something. Yeah, but it would be nice if it just worked on the Plus system, right?
I know a lot of people love that game.
Yeah. Rambo was a regular. He was cool as far as we all knew. Obviously, him and Retro were a little cooler.
And from what I remember, he had this whole thing where he was going to try to show something. He had something there, and they were going to take a closer look or something. And next thing you know, there was a closer look, all right.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me get that out for you. Yeah.
Wasn't the joystick we were looking for.
We're all watching live. And Crunchy thought he had to hide his wife from our stream.
We got another name that sticks. Oh, Crunchy.
Yeah. He'll be watching the replay. Like, son of a... Oh, that's good stuff. Oh, yeah. So they just had told Kelly that when we moved over the Avid, we got a little reprieve and we could set our alarm to 4:30 instead of 4. And then we've had some shakeups at work with the front desk, so they asked if I could start work at 5. So basically this weekend I worked from 5 to 3, so I'm doing 10-hour shifts. So it's like, well, there went our half-hour extra sleep. So we were at work at 5 o'clock. Fortunately, Pitfall 2 is on the Activision 2 cart for Evercade. That will be delivered in a couple days. That'll hold me over till I order a converter.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. You have an alternative, but still, you want to play that cart, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the good old days. Those were the days. Yeah, Phil was just talking about those good old days back when it all started for a bunch of us, and we all hung out. I
can't even keep track anymore of how many years it's been. You know,
I know.
When I see like Ballistic talking about when he started and how many years it's been, I'm like, it's been that long. Wow. I can't believe it.
And we say all the time, and Chaos, you know, he was back from around in those old days too, and we poke fun, and there's some stories behind all those guys, but if it weren't for those guys, well, that's how we all met. was through those guys. And here we all are still together and hanging out and talk and have good times and laughing at them instead of with them. So I can't say we can't say everything was bad about what happened back there. So some good friendships came out of that stuff. Sleep? What sleep? Yeah, Mike's he slept one time last year. Michael says, I take my 2600 and put it through my VCR and then use the composite out to go to a composite to HDMI converter. Yeah, there you go. There's options. There's ways of making it work. Yeah, I just skipped the whole owning a original OG 2600 and not buying my first Atari until I was 57 years old. And I went straight to the HDMI version. Although technically, I guess I was 56, right? Are we 57 now? I got to do the math. Yeah. I was 56 when I got my first Atari ever. So
that's how I was playing my Intellivision until the Sprint came out. I was using a VCR, an HDMI converter to capture it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't own a VCR anymore. That's getting hard too.
Yeah, and I didn't at the time. I went to the thrift store and found one there and grabbed it, hoped that it worked, and it worked. So.
Yeah, I don't even have a working DVD player anymore. I used to have 1,300 DVDs. Now I don't even have a working DVD player. I gave away almost all of those, and I kept 50 or 60, all the big ones. I kept Star Wars, Back to the Future movies, all that stuff. And I ended up ripping those and putting them on a hard drive, and now I just have a hard drive with all my movies on it. I play it right on the TV from the drive. So I don't have a VCR, I don't have a DVD player, I don't have anything, but it's much more convenient to just, I used to have one sitting right here, a hard drive, keep, hundreds of movies on a hard drive, and then I just have a docking port. I actually have like 2 or 3 hard drives, so I can swap them out. And this one's all horror movies, or this one's all
cool,
this type of movies, and I just pop that in. And I just started a new one for all my new movies. I watch these guys on YouTube that go over horror movies, and sometimes they'll be talking about obscure movies from the 60s and 70s, and you're like, well, there'll be boobs in that. I'll go download them. And I'll find them and download them, but they get that directory, that folder that has all those, has so many movies on it now. Kelly and I could watch 10 movies a day for a year, and I can't get caught up. It sucks. He has so much porn on the VHS too. Yeah. Yeah. That gets you on a whole new thing. We were watching a show the other day, and they were talking about the potential collapse of OnlyFans. Did you see that? The guy that was running that thing died. And they're like, what's going to happen with OnlyFans? And I just said, I can't believe that people pay for porn anymore. I mean, why would you pay for it? All you got to do is Google whatever you want to see, and you can find it for free.
We have this guy that fills in for vacations in my group in the Bricklayer. And so every 6 months or so, he comes over to work. And he's telling all these guys about this other thing. I shouldn't even advertise it here, but it's called Chatterbait.
Oh.
And he said, you can go on there and watch them do everything, and you don't pay unless you want them to do something specific. So he does it the cheap way. He lets everybody else pay and say what they want the person to do, and he just watches for free. So there, just gave you a link to look up there.
Yeah, I'll give you $5 if you do this. I'll watch you do it too, and I'm not paying. Nice. Gotta love that 480p where the P stand for Poontang. Yeah. I got to thinking about it, and it's like, how long ago was it that I bought porn? because there's no need to buy any of that stuff anymore. Besides, you get older, you kind of. I think the last dirty magazine I bought was the Hustler humor book. It wasn't the Hustler with the naked chicks. It was all the drawings and cartoons. It's like that was the last dirty magazine I bought. And that was when I was in the Navy. I've been out for over 30 years now. It's like, but yeah.
Well, you have VR. This same guy that told everybody about that, that's what he was using his Quest for. His son's Quest for. Because I'm talking about playing VR games. It's like, that's not what I use it for. I'm like, come on, man. No, come on. It's like you're right there, dude.
Yeah. Probably died with a boner. He watched it all for free, went out watching what he loved. As long as it wasn't in the bathroom of a convenience store in New Jersey. Right. Although if you die in a convenience store in the back bathroom, you can still get laid afterwards. So
yeah, that's a part of that game. When you get Dante as the person to come clear the screen, he comes out with a dude in a body bag and slams it there.
Well, I was laughing when we were watching you play, and you got into the bathroom, and they had like "R.I.P." written on the wall. It's like, yeah, being as big a fan of those movies as I am, and I've watched them all, a bunch of times. I was just loving watching it for seeing what they're putting in there, the little Easter eggs and stuff. So it's a no-brainer. I'm going to have to buy it. And
yeah, because I went on, I didn't record right after I died and cut that off. I went back and beat the boss for the first level. And I'm like, I should have recorded that too for a future video, but a game I think that I'm going to continue on with, whether I put it up on the channel or not. I just want to beat the whole thing.
Yeah. Yes, Clerks. Yeah, such a great movie. Yeah, I like the scene when they're driving to the funeral, and Randall's asking Dante about the whole trying to give yourself a blowjob, and he's like, "Come on, everyone's trying." Finally, Dante admits to it. And he's like, yeah, I could never reach. And he's like, you tried that, you freaking pervert? After he'd been egging him on for...
Randall was the next person in the game you unlock after you beat the first boss. So,
yeah. Randall. Such a great... Yeah. And it's funny. They said he wasn't an actor before Clerks. He just...
Oh, yeah.
was friends with... Like most of those guys, they were friends of Kevin Smith, and but they said some of those monologues, they were thinking that he would have it written like if they had a newspaper or magazine. They said no, he just had all that stuff memorized. He did a great in a row. Yeah, and then the ending of that scene when she's leaving and he sticks his head out the door. Try not to suck any dicks on your way to the car. And then the dude that's standing there follows her. Yeah. Rosario, yeah, she was in the Clerks too.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's okay to go ass to mouth. I never thought I'd see Rosario Dawson say that line. Of course, the highlight of Clerks too is the donkey show. And they're thinking it's going to be a donkey with a chick. It's the dude. Oh, yeah. And if you watch the commentary tracks on that, they said that dude that they hired to do the donkey show, he was just some actor going to play his bit part. They showed it to him. They thought he was going to be like, I ain't doing that. And he's like, all right, whatever. I'm getting to do a part in a movie. And they said if you remember the scene well enough, he's getting behind the donkey and he's like, he spits on his head. Kevin's just like, he ad-libbed that. I didn't write that, but I left it in. Oh, yeah. Oh, does Randall get the option to be an innocent contractor in the second Death Star? Yeah. great. That was a great section of dialogue. That whole Star Wars, you know. Yeah, the first one, it was completed. Those were all Army guys. But that second one, that was still under construction. And the customer talks about my buddy, he was a roofer, and he turned down a job because it was for a gangster. Yeah. Dude, Donkey Show. Oh, that's funny. But I love those movies. So I definitely got to get the game. And get Kelly to play it. Maybe I'll record some of it. We'll play some.
That would be awesome.
We'll play some 2-player.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah. Such good movies, such a good whole franchise. I still have not seen Clerks 3, though. So I got to see that. I know when it first came out, it was very limited run, and they were doing it in smaller, small runs in theaters because Kevin Smith was going around with the movie, so you could see it with him and stuff. But it took a while before it became available online.
I need to watch them all again because I haven't seen any of them in years.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Now lately, I watch most of them in reaction videos, which that's the beauty of those reaction videos. If it's a movie you've seen so many times, like Holy Grail, I know what's coming up every scene, so I don't have to see the entire movie, but I get to kind of watch it because you get refreshed. You fill in the blanks with your brain. That's how I am with those Kevin Smith movies. Off-Grid Donkey. Yeah. Anyway, there was the movie section and the Donkey Show section. So hopefully someone popped in right when there was the picture that Mike made for me, and then they left, and they said, surely they don't just talk about stuff, and then they came back in just for the Donkey Show, and they're like, I don't know what these guys do on this.
I got caught up once again, like I always do, caught up in the Tim Conway, Harvey Korman, Carol Burnett thing again. It always comes back to that, so I end up watching those outtakes. And, they're talking in the one years later, and they said they would film it twice. And Tim Conway, he would try to make sure all the shots were done in the first one, like exactly how the script said. And he would ask them when it was done, did you get all the shots you need? And if they said yes, then they knew he was going to change stuff before they went out in front of the next crowd and recorded. Oh. And so they had no idea what he was going to do or say. And Vicki Lawrence, her hairdresser was her husband at the time. He tipped her off. He said, Tim's going to do something in this next take, of Family, which became Mama's Family later. So she was waiting for it. So he's doing this story. None of them are ready for it, and they're all dying laughing. And Eunice says to Mama, Mama, it's your turn at the game. And Vicki Lawrence said, are you sure that little asshole's done? She broke up Tim Conway then. He fell on the floor laughing. He wasn't expecting it.
Yeah. Is that in the dentist scene?
Dentist scene?
Oh, no, that's not in the dentist scene. That's when he was talking about the elephants, right?
The elephants with the trunk. Yeah. When they sneezed.
Yeah.
The dentist scene.
That was a hilarious bit, too.
Yeah, and he got that from when he was in the military. He went to get dental work done while he was in the military, and he said the dentist put the needle clear through his cheek and out the other side, and it hit the dentist's other hand, and he got Novocaine in his hand. So then he just added to it after that. He stuck himself in the leg and in the head and everything else, when he was doing that sketch. Wow.
Yeah, the elephant story. Little monkey would run across their trunks. Oh, my mom loved Vicki Lawrence. Yeah. Yeah, Tim Conway was just amazing, hilarious. And it was always just a matter of time waiting for Harvey Korman to lose it.
Yeah.
He just he couldn't take it. Yeah. Yeah, Dennis Skit was, but there are so many. Yeah, those guys were awesome.
Lyle Wagner in the one is supposed to be a U.S. pilot in World War II, and he's being interrogated by Tim Conway. Tim Conway pulls out the little Hitler puppet and just starts going on. He starts singing, she'll be coming around the mountain with the puppet. He's only supposed to do one line. He ends up singing the whole song and just breaks Wagner up in it.
Yeah. Wasn't Dick Van Dyke was in the elephant bit too, wasn't he?
Yep, yes, he was.
And when Vicki Lawrence says the asshole line, he falls off the edge of the couch too. And, yeah. Yeah. Dorf on golf too. Yeah. Yeah, Tim Conway, just hilarious. What was it? What was that thing that he did to his wife?
In the hotel room?
Was that? Yeah, I can't remember. I just saw it the other day. He was talking.
He was turning the lights on.
Oh yeah. It said there was a clapper. And then he got her to whispering because even if she talked, he'd turn the light switch on and off.
Yeah.
And so she called
maintenance up.
Maintenance, and then he stopped doing it. That's right. It's the hotel room, the clapper. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Got to go watch the elephant thing again, says Megan. Used to laugh so hard at that show. Yeah, we're going to have to. Also, the great. Oh, that's Chaos. You know how I laugh. Imagine my mom with the same laugh watching Mama's Family.
Yeah, Vicki Lawrence came to Greensburg here a couple times and performed as Mama at the theater in the last few years. But she came to Steel City Con in Monroeville here. The last time she came was the first time she ever went into character for pictures with fans, they said. So she actually brought the Mama gear and just for pictures.
Mike got to meet Tim Conway about 20 years ago. He was always on, cracking jokes.
Oh, what a great dude.
Wow.
We would watch the Carol Burnett show after school every day, even as kids, when it was in syndication. And McHale's Navy would be on in the mornings and summer vacation. We watched McHale's Navy all the time.
Nice. Yeah, Mike, the clapper with the light. Yeah. Oh, such good stuff. They just don't have stuff like that anymore. I know we sound old when we say that, but it just seems accurate, It's the stuff that was on TV back then, and yeah. But it seems like something happened in music also, and I found out firsthand. They got to be this thing in Hollywood, whether it's music or movies, whatever's the big hit. We'll just copy that, instead of having new original stuff and coming up with, and look at what's in the movies now. Half the movies are either remakes or sequels. It's like, where's just an original movie,
Right.
It's crazy, But
yeah, Tim Conway in the Disney movie. Yeah, they like to pair him with Don Knotts, Apple Dumpling Gang, right? The Private Eyes. I love that one.
Yeah.
Really good.
Oh, yeah. Don Knotts hilarious.
One of Don Knotts' best movies by himself is The Ghost and Mr. Chicken.
Ghost. Yeah.
That's all. Now we're getting into Don Knotts stuff.
Yeah. Guys, your thoughts on Gilligan's Planet Z? What is that? I don't even know what it is.
Gilligan's Planet. Wasn't there a cartoon that was Gilligan's Planet?
Oh, was it? I don't know. I don't remember.
A lot of short-lived cartoons with celebrities back in the day. What we get the Dukes of Hazzard, Laverne and Shirley. We had Happy Days cartoon. Mork and Mindy. The Gary Coleman show.
I just like that. Gilligan's Island. You talk about that and how Bob Denver was such a good guy to the rest of the cast and all that. He was driving the push behind, instead of having the theme song and the rest. Mentioned the Professor and Marianne, and they were going to do a TV guide cover that was just going to be him and the skipper. He's like, no, we're all on, or no, I'm not doing it, and stuff like that. He was all about, we are an ensemble cast. Yeah, and Mr. Limpet, says Kelly.
Yes, Mr. Limpet, definitely Mr. Limpet.
There will never be another Carol Burnett show. That's true.
I remember my mom. I know my mom. Here we go. She was disappointed that Don Knotts went on Three's Company because that show was just terrible at the time. We watched Three's Company all the time too, and Mom didn't know it. But yeah, when Don Knotts went on there, she couldn't believe Barney Fife went on there and was being a pervert.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, then you find out how bad the network screwed the Ropers.
Yeah, that's terrible. Norman Fell, especially,
Yeah.
was just so heartbroken over that.
Yeah. They were hilarious on that show, though. I mean, I guess you get the idea of getting your own show. Yeah.
It's always doing the finger thing.
Yeah. But they were so perfect for that. You know, the Ropers were just that was brilliant.
I remember my brother even pointing it out back when we were watching, Mr. Roper breaking the fourth wall. You know, he'd make fun of his wife and then he'd look at the camera and laugh. And we thought that was hilarious too.
It was great. It was great. Yeah. And it's true, you know, comedy like that doesn't exist anymore, said Megan. Yeah, it's true. You can thank Tracy Ullman for The Simpsons. That's right. That's where The Simpsons
Well, we
started.
watched it. Yep, my brother and I would watch that, and it's Gary Shandling show. That's when Fox first came out. We didn't have the premium channels to see them air, you know, like Gary Shandling or anything like that until they brought it to the new Fox back then.
Yeah.
And we just thought Gary Shandling show was freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
Another one, breaking the fourth wall. That's all they did in that show. He would talk to the camera the whole time.
When The Simpsons was on Tracy Ullman, I didn't know about it yet. And one of the guys I was in the Navy when that came out, and one of my buddies in my shop, he came in, and when I'd come in the room, he'd bark, and he'd do a homer, and I didn't know what he was talking about. He said, "Yeah, that little cartoon thing they do on the Tracy Ullman show." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I knew Tracy Ullman show, but I didn't watch it very often. And so I watched, I'm like, "Oh, geez, yeah, they got the bar." And of course, back then I was married to my wife. My ex-wife's name is Lisa. So when the Simpsons came out, "Oh, you married your sister." But I always said I married her before the Simpsons came out. So he owes me some money for the whole Bart and Lisa. But yeah, I'm not shaving my beard till my summer harvest is over. I'm going for the Randy Quaid look, and I'm going to shave it and go for the Uncle Eddie. The only reason to watch Three's Company was Suzanne Summers. She was a good reason to watch it. But, you know, she left, and at one point they had the nurse, Terry was her name?
Terry. Yeah, Terry.
If you watch Mallrats, she has a third nipple, and you can see Terry's gratuitous bosoms are on. See, it all works full circle. We get back to the Kevin Smith movies.
The ambiguously gay duo. They're ambiguously gay. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
One of my favorite SNL sketches was when they did. John Travolta was hosting. They did Reservoir Dogs, but it was Welcome Back, Kotter. And Adam Sandler was Juan Epstein, and David Spade was Arnold Horshack. They just, it was so freaking hilarious.
Oh.
And Michael McKean was part of Saturday Night Live at the time. So when it all comes right down to it, they got Mr. Woodman tied up, and they're playing the music, Stuck in the Middle with You, and Barbarino's dancing around, getting ready to light them on fire, you know. And Lenny and Squiggy come breaking in. They brought Squiggy on to be in that episode. They're like, "Hello," you know, they come with their guns. And
Wow.
Barbarino's like, "Up your nose with a rubber hose." And Squiggy says, "Up your gizzard with a rubber lizard." And then all of a sudden Steve Buscemi comes in and he says, "Up your hole with a something." I can't remember what he says, but so they had all of them there. It's a great sketch altogether. I think Michael Myers was Mr. Kotter.
I'm gonna have to look for that. I never saw that.
One of my favorites of all time.
Yeah. I didn't watch a lot of Saturday Night Live, but so I'd have to catch the skits. and stuff later.
Yeah, it's like the scene. They do an opening scene where Mr. Carter's telling a joke like he always does, and then some hitmen come in and try to kill him. But then the sweat hogs are on the fire escape and they shoot the bad guys. And then they go into a whole Quentin Tarantino thing, and that slow motion, they're walking to the music of Reservoir Dogs. Juan Epstein, Arnold Horshack. Friggin' hilarious.
Nice. Yeah. Of course, one of my favorite little sketch things. What was it on Mad TV? Who did the one where the knockoff of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? You got
I think it was Mad TV.
Hitman of the North, and they
Rampaging Rudolph, or
they send
Yukon Corleone.
They send Mrs. Claus Santa's head in a box.
They got the elf with the glasses, and he gets shot in the eye.
That was good stuff.
Raging Rudolph, right?
Yeah, the Hitman of the North. Oh, all right. Well, what are we at? 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I think I feel like I could go to bed.
Yeah, me too. I'm tired, but you got to get up in the morning. I don't have anything going on. So, but all right. I think we're gonna roll that big end credit scene at the end. Make sure you check out tomorrow night. Hopefully, we're able to be there. But I'm going to be there for sure. Bo's going to try his best to be in Casey's show, 8:00 Eastern, and he's been putting a little contest thing, playing Astro Smash near the beginning. So if you can't commit to Casey's whole show, you can still see us at the beginning. Check that out. And then Mike Gaming Gala has his show on Tuesday night, 8:00 Eastern. And of course, Crispy does the Crunchy special on Wednesday nights. I'm on with Craig Thursday nights. That gets you to Megan and Derek on Friday, 1:00 Eastern, Friday afternoons. And Mike's Gaming Gala on Saturday, 2:00 Eastern. Brings you right back to us. So that busy week, something to watch every night. And a lot of those shows, a lot of us will be in the chat. So we'll see you there. Apparently, I got a bunch of scores to add to the robot tournament because a lot of people have been playing. So thanks for watching, guys. Did you have any closing thought you wanted to say, Po, or just roll it?
Yeah, my video will be out tonight or tomorrow, probably tomorrow.
All right. There we go. Here you go, the moment you've all been waiting for.
Thanks for stopping by, guys. We hope to see you next week.
Hanging out with Poe and Offgrid. Yeah, the retro game stories. You know what they did. From Atari to Zaxxon, every secret unwound. Best closing credits theme. The baddest around. Flippers are flapping, the high scores in sight. Talking on consoles, day in and day out, through the night. Every button pressed, every cartridge blown clean. Reliving the glory on a glowing screen. Hanging out with Poe and Offgrid. Yeah, the retro game stories. You know what they did. From Atari to Zaxxon, every secret unwound. Best closing credits theme. The baddest around. No cheat codes needed, just passion and fun. For every true gamer till the podcast is done. So power down slowly until next week's show. With Poe and Offgrid, where the good times just flow. Hanging out with Poe and Offgrid. Yeah, the retro game stories. You know what they did. From the back.